Coming up over the next couple of weeks, the Mary B. Martin School of the Arts at ETSU will be presenting an evening of music with deaf singer-songwriter Mandy Harvey and an intense documentary entitled The Infiltrators. And here to get us ready for another couple of great events is Lise Cutshaw. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk about Mandy Harvey first. I mean,
Okay.
you were saying this is part of all a week's worth of activities, really.
It is. It is kind of serving double duty.
Right.
Mandy Harvey will be here as part of our yearly or annual Evening of Health, Wellness, and the Arts with
Right.
Mary B. Martin School of the Arts,
Right.
and sponsored also by the College of Public Health and the Gold Humanism Student Society at ETSU. And that is annually. We bring in an artist who also can speak to other health, wellness
Right.
issues, and Mandy is that person this year. But it's also part of the Festival of Ideas at ETSU. That's our second annual festival, and that's a week-long series of events with many different people speaking to many different issues.
Mandy Harvey, deaf but a singer-songwriter. She became deaf at age 19, and she
Yes.
gave up music for a while.
Well, she calls it her zombie period,
Right.
because she had planned on being a musician, a jazz musician and director-conductor, and was in school for that.
Right.
And very quickly started losing her hearing. She
Right.
had been hard of hearing, and then a nerve deterioration just knocked out her hearing very suddenly while she was a music student.
Right.
So she went through a period where she was, I guess, hurting and dealing with that. But then her father, who's a pastor, brought her out of that, got her playing the guitar
Right.
again, and she started learning new ways to make music, even though she couldn't hear herself and others.
Right. And she's went on America's Got Talent,
Yes.
the national TV show, and got a golden buzzer.
Golden
Basically
buzzer.
took her right to the finals.
From Simon Cowell.
Right. Not
That's
the easiest thing to do.
No, that's not an easy golden buzzer.
Yeah.
But that has really helped, I think, launch for her a now lifetime of encouraging others through her music, her ability to continue to make music,
Right.
and her willingness to keep trying despite what she calls hidden challenges.
Right.
Or invisible disabilities.
And she takes to the stage barefoot.
She does.
So she can feel the vibration of the music being played around her.
She can, through her feet on the floor, and then a lot of communication,
Right,
visual
right.
communication with the other musicians on the stage with her.
Amazing. Just astounding.
It is, and
Yeah.
she can't hear it at
Right.
all.
Oh, that is going to be an amazing evening with her. But you also have another big event coming up, a documentary film entitled The Infiltrators. Give us more about that.
Another one of our Southern Circuit Tour of
Right.
Independent Filmmakers films. We have that series
Right.
each year. And this one, The Infiltrators, is going to be exciting.
Right.
It is a combination, a hybrid film that is a documentary thriller that is also a narrative film with reenactments, all going on in the Broward Transitional Detention Center in Florida.
Right.
So it's based on a true story of some dreamers breaking in or getting into the
Infiltrating,
Broward, yes,
yes.
infiltrating the Broward Center, and then trying to break out with some other members that need to be out of the detention center, and also to show what's happening inside the detention center.
Very timely, this documentary.
Very timely, although it's been made over almost a decade.
Right.
So it has historical verite footage from years back, and then reenactments of this true story, and a lot of suspense, thriller, action going on.
Like
as
I said,
well.
intense. There's going to be this is going to be one of those sit up on the edge of your seat.
I
kind of
think that
films.
it is going to be, and it's going to also, I think, bring to light a lot of grassroots activism
Right.
that can be done and is going on with Dreamers and with the National Immigrant Youth Alliance and what we can do.
Right.
And Darren Dean, one of the filmmakers, he's a
Right.
producer, is going to be here, and we'll be talking about that.
That's what I really like about the events. When you bring in a documentary, you also bring in one of the filmmakers with it, or someone associated with the film, to have that question and answer. You get to pick someone's brain about what you just saw.
Absolutely, about filmmaking, about this film, about what's going on in the business. So it's good for students who are interested in, or people in the community who are interested in possibly being filmmakers, but also just people who are curious about the topic and interested in the topic as well.
All right. Lisa Cutshaw, thank you so much.
Thank you.
2 great events, and both of them are free. You can't ask for better than that. An evening of health, wellness, and the arts with Mandy Harvey. It's happening Tuesday, February the 11th at 7 p.m. at the Millennium Center Ballroom. If you want more information, or, right there, find out everything you need to know right there at etsu.edu/Martin. And, of course, The Infiltrators, a narrative film. It's happening Monday, February 17th, 7 p.m. at the Ball Hall Auditorium right there on the ETSU campus. Once again, there's the number and the website. You need to get involved with everything going on with Mary B. Martin School of the Arts.